tiny hamlet known as Kamiki lay nestled in a grove of proud and beautiful cherry blossoms. Each and every tree around the quiet bird was honored as a god. However, the village was not without its dark secrets. To cities, the appetite of Orochi, a fearsome cave-dwelling beast. A young maiden was offered as a sacrifice at the annual festival, with a body like a mountain, 8 heads mounted on necks the size of 3 trunks. Its blood-red eyes alone were said to curse anyone who gazed into them. Not one dared disobey the horrific beast. When the night of the sacrifice drew near, a mysterious white wolf appeared outside the village. This wolf, its coat brilliant as snow, was dubbed Shiranui. The wolf kept a watchful eye on anyone who ventured outside the village, and made a habit of patrolling the streets at night. People assumed the wolf to be a familiar of Orochi. One villager took upon himself to face the fearsome Shiranui. The warrior Nagi attempted many times to challenge the wolf, but his attempts were thwarted by Shiranui's swift movements. Before long, the night of the accursed festival had arrived. A white-plumed arrow heralded the coming sacrifice. Piercing the sky, the arrow sunk its shaft squarely into the home of Nami, the village's most beautiful maiden. Nagi, harboring a secret love for Nami, was enraged by this sign. Determined to put an end to Orochi once and for all, Nagi traveled to the beast's cave in place of his beloved. The Moon Cave, a place as dark as evil itself, served as Orochi's home as Nagi stood bravely before the entrance. A beast appeared, his eyes glowing crimson upon 8 thrashing necks. Orochi stood tall before him, anxious for another sacrifice. Nagi leapt in with incredible grace, swinging his blade valiantly. On and on he sliced, well into moonless night. But Orochi's hide was like steel, the blade left nary a scratch. At long last, Nagi, his energy spent in the intense battle, dropped to his knees, fatigued and gasping for breath. He knew he was staring death in the face. It was then that the wolf appeared. As if to protect Nagi, it stood its ground before Orochi. In the darkness of the cave, the wolf's coat shone brilliantly. Alas, it was Shiranui, the wolf that dwelled outside the village. Baring its fangs and claws, Shiranui leapt toward Orochi. Fierce Orochi raised its terrifying heads, readying its fangs for battle. The 2 beasts struggled wildly, thrashing in the darkness. Mysterious and terrifying, the spectacle continued. Shiranui summoned gusts of divine wind to counter Orochi's flames. As Orochi closed in on Shiranui, sharpened with claws glistening, gigantic trees sprouted forth, shielding them. Shiranui fought gallantly to gain the upper hand. However, Orochi, protected by a mystical power, was not easily bested. Shiranui, covered in gashes with just the coat dyed crimson, stood exhausted before the mighty Orochi. Orochi saw the chance to strike. It would be the final blow. Shiranui refused to give in. With his last ounce of strength, The majestic wolf gazed heavenward and unleashed a mighty howl. Suddenly, the black clouds overhead dissipated. The light from above gleamed. Nagi's sword is a beacon of hope. Guided by his sword, Nagi, taking shelter in his shadows, stood proudly to face his adversary, channeling all his strength into his scared and battered arms. He leapt ferociously toward Orochi, his sword poised high. The golden sword danced in his hands, like a puppet on a string. One by one, Orochi's fearsome heads separated from their foe. Orochi's broken body collapsed in a lake of its own blood. At that instant, the curse that plagued the villagers was lifted. As the battle subsided, the sun shone once again in the sky. Shiranui had succumbed to Orochi's poison and struggled to breathe. Nagi scooped the beast into his arms and returned to Kamiki. When they reached the village, Shiranui was no longer moved. The village elders gently stroked the wolf's head. In response, Shiranui let out a hoarse and pitiful bark. Closed its eyes, drifted off as if into slumber. Peace at last returned to Kamiki Village. In honor of Shiranui's heroic exploits, the villagers erected a shrine and placed a statue of the wolf within it. Nagi's sword was christened Tsukuyomi and placed inside the moon cave. The villagers all looked forward to an age-endless peace. However, this is not the end of the story. There is more to this tale than most people know. 100 years have passed since Nagi and Shiranui's heroic exploits. It happened so quickly that no one in the village even took notice. Is this the legendary sword? Is this Tsukuyomi, the sword that banished the traitor Orochi? No, it couldn't be. It's just a legend, nothing but a fairy tale. O he who seeks power, he who has broken my bonds, speak the words I wish darkness into the world. Utter that prayer to me and unleash my power. Horrible tragedy suddenly swept over the land. However, there was one village that seemed to escape the terror. The tiny settlement of Kamiki enjoyed the protection of a sacred tree. It is here that the real story begins. would spread, softly. How troublesome. This is just like the ancient prophecy of doom. What has transpired to bring about such calamity? We must act quickly. There is no time to lose. My power has diminished over the years I've spent protecting this village. I don't have much time left in this. Mataras, now is the time. Never needed your power more. Shine your divine light upon this broken and polluted world. Let your heavenly rays become our hope as you guide us all. Well, I guess this explains what game we're playing. Hello, everyone! And as I introduce our little friends, Okami Amaterasu or Okami Amaterasu. Ah, such divine white light, such beauty and grace. The only one capable of such wondrous spectacle is none other than our mother and origin of all. It is Amaterasu. How delightful to see the savior whose brave sacrifice sealed away the evil demon so many years ago has not changed one bit. Seeing you emerge so many years, statue brings happiness. I should know all of this by heart, but I don't. I guess she does. Sniff. Nope, going back to sleep. Mataras. Gaze above, taken condition of the sky. Since your untimely departure a few minutes, the world has succumbed to devious and vicious beasts. They have ravaged the fine and bountiful country of Nippon. But never circumstance has been worse. Then, at this very moment, please use your powers to banish darkness and punish those who would do us harm. What's this? Has something stolen its way my robe? I am not going to say any of this. Phew. What on earth? Cue the music. Now. No? Yeah, now. Are you nuts? Boy. For a little thing, you sure make a big fuss. I was just trying to make the conversation a bit more interesting, that's all. Were you napping in my clothes again, Bug? Bug, I told you 1,000 times not to call me that. I'm the Wandering Artist. The name's Isun. Wandering Artist, Isun. I'll show you how great... Yeah, it won't take long until you're bowing before my great brush. Huzzah. Rather nice. Well, what you think? Even cuter than the real thing? No? That's debatable, Isun. What's with you, furball? I'm down in the dumps, actually. You look kind of familiar. Got it. You look just like that statue of Shiranui. Huh? Whoa, what do you think you're doing? Are you crazy? A handsome guy like me should never be covered in wolf slaughter. You'll regret messing with the great Isun. Don't make me use my prized sword, Denkomaru, against you. What's that growling? And why is it so dark anyway? Oh, great God, Amaterasu. I used all the power I have to protect the Kamiki village. The village lives on. Our spirits lie encased in my fruit. Cut it free and the village reborn. I trust in you. I know you will lead us down the right path. Only your awesome power can restore life. Trees back to normal. Good. Stuff inside the fruit. That's the fruit. I don't really have a way to cut it down, I don't think. Isun, stop with the exposition. Let's get to the game. Darkness is getting... What can happen while you're taking a nap? Alright, we finally have full control. We don't really... Well, we have partial control. I'm playing, because this is the HD version for PC, I'm playing with an Xbox One controller, so my experience might be a little different than other people's. But it should be pretty similar nevertheless, unless you're playing the Wii version where you will be using touchscreen, like, not touchscreen, but motion controls. If you press LT, you'll get a nice little map. It's rather, it's not the most useful thing, but it could be useful in certain circumstances. Right trigger, it's for later. Left trigger, the left bumper, I mean, does, it basically changes the angle, but as you can see on the bottom of my screen there, I can't use the right stick or that to change the camera angle right now. We move with the left analog stick. B barks, which shows us our status. X will do a tackle. Y will dig. A will jump. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. I need to turn... Hold it. Is vibration on? Vibration should be off. There we go. I don't like vibration. It's going to bug me. Specifically in this. Okay, so that should be fine. Let's head on in. I also will say this right now. Don't expect a dungeon for a while. Where are we? Got awfully quiet all of a sudden. I don't remember any place like this in Village. You can hold B, well, after pressing it, because B is actually used to talk to stuff. Yeah, really weird. And X and Y we can use to hold through text. I will likely never use that unless I'm talking to something that either you've already seen or you don't need to know anything about, because it's basically like, oh, I need to hand something in for a request. Done. I'll be doing it because we don't want to sit there for 5 hours. Well, we better keep our eyes peeled. You can use the right stick to look around, LB to change points of view. I will quickly shut that off. There we go. Turning that around. LB, there we go. I don't normally play like this. I don't like it usually. It works, but this game doesn't feel right like that. It feels nice and right when you have right behind the Maparas. I should go over the menu. Okay, this is our basic menu. Tools, it's basically like healing items, items you use in battle, and other things. Okay, it's not too important. Depending on the weapon you have, but we could clearly see, you got main weapon there, you'll have a different, at the main weapon, you'll have a different background of this, so it'll actually be, it'll be a nice change of pace. Equipment, there are 3 layers of weapons. We'll be getting those hopefully soon. I know where most of them are, and I know how to use them all. And then we have 1 layer below here that is like going to be other stuff. A note before there's 2 things I'm not going to be doing. If we go here, we won't be able to see this quite yet. I'll be making sure to deal with that in this episode. Travel guide simply explains some things. We're not going to go look at that. Journal, this explains what you're doing right now, so if you need a little reminder, let's say you're doing a bunch of side quests and forget what you're doing, you can just go here. This I will actually go do. I'll use it once so you guys can see it. I never actually use it because I know this game inside out. And that there is wanted lists. We'll do that later. That one there's bestiary. Other than that, this is your full map of where we are. This will become important later. This is how you level up. There is technically no EXP in this game. You get what is called praise. You get to use it in any way you want. I am likely going to be grinding a little bit off screen for a bit more praise. I have 100%ed this slot here. First, you never need as much money as you can get in this game. You can get a ridiculous amount of money. You never need that much. You need about 2 to 3 upgrades with the purse. Astral Pouch, I almost never use it, so we don't usually ever worry about it. The ink pots are really what you have to upgrade first, because you're going to be using a lot of it. And solar energy, you're not really going to use any of it right now, so it's not too important. So, I'll go over other things when we get to them. And he's going to explain how we save. Oh, origin mirrors allow us to save. And save game, yada yada yada. How the hell with the mirrors, let's see if we go here. You're able to see that, yes, I do have 2 files. I'll be having probably 2 to 3 files for this run through. If you dash or do another movement, you'll start moving faster, but not brutally faster. You'll be a little faster until you get another power. He's going to explain how pots work. You can break them with the tackle, so I will break one of them. Blank, and you can get a little bit of cash, aka 10 yen, which is not that much. And I'm going to beat his tutorial and do a really cool wall jump before he even does anything. You can do tackle in midair to do a little dash. That's actually really handy. Wall jumps, they're usually pretty good. You don't have to really worry about them. These are the chests in the game. Because you're a wolf, you don't have any hands, you just hit them open. Very simple. That there is the basic healing item, Holy Bones. There's Holy Bone S, M, and L's. S do 3, M's do 10, L's do full. And he's going to actually show off how this works. With bridges out. Our cat is meowing. It should be hard. Okay, now he's going to call us Ami. So, yes, I mean it. He's actually going to call us Ami through basically the entire game. The Spirits of the Brush. Good brushwork has its own soul. At least that's what they say. Just watch. Take all day to explain. A picture's worth 1,000 words, right? And he's going to explain the main gimmick of the game. Well, one of the main gimmicks. There we go. Nice up. Rejuvenation. Brush God. There are 13... yeah. When that deity died, his power split into 13 separate gods. Dwell within objects all around us. God or no... there are well, technically 14 brush techniques. Not including one that is 3 different brush techniques. River of Heavens. Gonna be a little puddle there. Aha! We're gonna skip this. I don't want to deal with that right now. It's just gonna show us something obvious. Alright, we're gonna move forward. Up here. Look at the stars twinkling. I haven't seen such a beautiful nighttime sky in ages. Hey! Are those stars forming a pattern? Or is it just me? There we go. That's a pattern. Constellation. There's one missing. I guess I'll have to draw the missing star. Nope. Bah. Looks like I'm just not ready to draw missing stars. Hold our bead. Rush. Sure. Practice them. Mobile. That's what we can do. Now we see our tail. This is how we're going to be doing a lot of stuff. By pressing RB, we can bring this up. Some actual interesting facts is that you can use, if you're using a keyboard and mouse, you can actually control this move. I'll switch my mouse. You can actually do this very, very precisely. I'm doing this with the controller because it's a little easier to play the game the way it's meant to. If you actually press A while doing it, you'll actually move the brush faster, so it's a little neat to know. If you press Y, I'm not going to do that. If you press Y, it will be a larger thing. And if we press X, hit the little dot, you create the constellation. Behold the first brush god. Yomigami. I believe it's god of, like I don't remember what it is. The Omigami, god of restoration. I've eagerly awaited this day. While you were away, the 13 spirits of the brush that you once possessed, including myself, have been scattered across this land of men, and now lie in disarray. I became a constellation and managed to survive until now. The time has come for you to seek out and reunite all the techniques. Your power is what is needed to restore the dried riverbed of the heavens and renew the flow of stardust. Here we go. First power. Rejuvenation. Wow, that's Yumi. You really restore the river of the heavens? Me, Widow's brush is yours truly. Nah, it couldn't be true. Who else could master an incredible god technique? But we're a god. Hey, please restore the river of the heavens. River of the heavens. Shut up. Shut up, game. I think we'll call it here, right after messing with using rejuvenation. Rejuvenation is very simple. It's basically just scribble. That's usually the best way to put it. Just scribble. Whoa. And as you can see, the ink pot is slowly increasing itself. There's a sequel to this game called Okami for the Nintendo DS. Ink pots work a little differently in that. We will very quickly go here. Oh, there's the astral pouch. Basically, when we eat food, we get out of, I think it's 300 or 200. Once it reaches that point, it will be full, and then if we die, we immediately get resurrected. Fairly simple, fairly straightforward. It doesn't count towards a death. I'm going to go here for a bit, because I want to I want to explain something in detail, and I have to do it when I actually have the menu. So, we lack the menu currently. Here. Go up here. Hop over this way. The stray bead. There we go. Stray beads are unique. There are 99 to be found in-game, plus 1 for beating the game. There is one that I will not be getting, and I will not be getting 1 gold dust as well. Gold dust you use to enhance your weapons. I will not be getting those 2. Firstly, because it is a pain to do it in this version. In the other versions, you can usually get away with it. You have to fight a very specific enemy outside of battle, basically. I'll go into more detail. I'll actually show it. I won't be doing it, but I'll be showing it, so you guys will understand. It'll probably be a while from now, but I want to explain it before then. I will be getting all the other stray beads, even if I have to go back and get them. I know roughly where all of them are. We'll do like a full recap episode where I'll go get all of the ones that I missed for the main game. I'll just get the ones I know off my heart, and then I will go look at the other ones that I've documented for myself, so we know where they are. There are also a few others that I'll have to grab on my own. Other than that, it's basically going to be a almost pure 100%, except for the fish. This game has fishing in it. I'm not going to catch all the fish, nor do I think you guys expect me to catch all the fish. It's going to take too long, and it doesn't count really towards completion, except in Steam achievements. And I don't think anyone cares about that unless you really, really do. It's a bit of a pain, and I'd much rather not sit here for 5 hours doing it off screen, and then saying, hey, I finally done it. I'll be probably feeding all the animals at least once, so you guys will actually see all the different animals. And a few other things in detail as well. Other than that, I think this will conclude the first type of episode. This here is the brush menu, and we get to see, and it explains in detail how they work. On the bottom, it shows how they're done. This one here is just like scribble, 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 scribble. And then there are a few others that are a little more complex and a little bit harder to draw. But other than that, most of them are usually fairly simple, fairly straightforward. Other than that, I think that's about it for what I really need to explain right now. So the next episode will continue moving forward away from this level. We'll cross this bridge area here. Oh, Amaterasu does not do well with water. That's something else I need to point out. Oh, something else that's really handy that took me a while to notice. If you push in on the right stick, it will center you directly behind. So it is fairly handy to know that. Also, for some reason, Amaterasu looks like she's floating right now. Weird. Like that. other than that, I think it's about time we say goodbye. So, next episode, we'll move forward into the cave of the Fountain of Nagi. So we'll move forward into the Fountain of Nagi, where we will hopefully not die in 5 seconds. We won't die in 5 seconds. We don't have any enemies yet. Alright, I'll see you all next time, where we'll actually have combat. Maybe. Alright, bye-bye.